transportation across the state. He has been in that business for 15 years. Prior to that, he's been in retail business, wholesale, ice business, beverage business, and then he was a Jack Daniel distributor for 20 plus years, kind of in the western United States, right?
Yeah, I had the good half of the United States.
The fun half. So he's been a widower for 13 years. He doesn't have any children that he knows of, and he has a K-9 service dog named Sasha. He was an 18-month LAPD
K-9 unit.
with the K-9 unit. He loves to sports and be a spectator at sports, classic cars, and mentoring. He's into sports health, drinking good wine from Jack Daniels. He's been in Scottsdale for Phoenix for 10 years, or Scottsdale for 10 years, Phoenix for 7 years. Burning desire to travel home to Hawaii
In Italy.
and Italy before he gets too sick. Something one knows about him is that he had his bank account embezzled for $889,000 with fraudulent checks.
Hey, Dave, it's got worse since I talked to you.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. But, yeah, pretty elaborate scam.
Huh?
Well, no,
The FBI's helping me.
banks in the fentanyl.
That's what you get for driving those crazy guys around.
Key to success is communication. Okay. Willingness to listen and under promise and over deliver. I give you Michael D.
All right.
Thanks, Dave. Why BNI? Why not BNI? Hey, I've passed out or given you a couple of sheets. If you guys can kind of look at them and pass them out around the room. I'm just going to touch briefly about my business, but it's more about having fun today and us and talking stories. And it seems like I never have enough time talking stories. I think everybody knows pretty much what, I'm in the ground transportation business, specializing in limos. You hear me every week say VIP, ground transportation. Those lists that are going around, you can see, those are just some of the VIP or partial clients that I have. The other thing is that, let's see. The other thing that I want to do is, and this is kind of like dear to my heart, and I'm sure Tina as well, is I donate in-kind services to the 100 Club. And I don't know if you know what the 100 Club is, but it supports all the fallen law enforcement and firefighters. They're the ones that pay the monies when people die in the line of service. They're the ones that cut the checks for $30,000, $40,000 and go out to those people to help those people get along until they get their financial situation taken care of. So with that, I have these stickers that are 100 Club stickers, and they're very, 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 very hard to come by, as Tina may tell you. And I've also got some pamphlets here that describes what these stickers are. Now, I can personally tell you that I don't know if they'll work for everybody, but I can tell you that in the last 7 months, my girlfriend has been pulled over 3 times, lit up 3 times, buzzed 2 times, and have gotten no tickets. Okay, probably because of this sticker, because the people, law enforcement, know what this sticker is. So I'm going to pass these around. If you want one of these stickers to put on your car, do so. If not, give it back, because I don't want them loose or running around. So that's just buzzed is when they hit the lights real quick, and then they go boop, 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 and then they go by you. So you could
Not drinking buzz, right?
Huh?
Not drinking buzz.
So So I do know those stickers work, and probably Tina will tell you the same. All right. The other thing is, can I get everybody to put their business card in this little bucket here? This is like the winner's crown right here, even though it looks like a bucket. So pass this around. Everybody put their business card in that for me, please. Okay, so we're just going to go and have and have some fun. One of the things that I want to talk about is about 12 years ago. I've been in this chapter for I think about 12 years now, and we used to meet at the Good Egg down off of Camelback in Central. And I can remember I was invited by Jeff LaScala. I'd known Jeff LaScala when I worked for Jack Daniel. And then when I went into my own business, Limousine business, he invited me to a meeting. And so I remember the first day I walked into this meeting, and the only person in the room, of course, 45 minutes early, was Bill Rudd. I thought I was going to be early, and I thought I was going to be there, but there was Bill Rudd, and he was eating his breakfast. And same place every week. And so Bill Rudd introduced himself, asked me, what my name was. We talked for a couple of moments, and then I went and sat down. We did the meeting and everything. And after the meeting, Bill came up to me and said, "Look, it goes. I think that that you could be a good fit in this group. You have a service that we all could use and need, and that if you like some help or some mentoring, you let me know, because I'll be right here with you." So that's probably one of the first people ever that has told me that, and that was on my first meeting at BNI. So that I'll never forget that with Bill Rudd. One of the other things that I want to talk about was that it's kind of a little bit of a sad thing, but most of all, it's a good thing. And about 2 years ago, I think it was, when Bill celebrated his 20th anniversary here at BNI. And some of us in the room here, the powers to be, probably for about 4 months before that, we were kind of working behind the scenes to try to see what we could do to surprise Bill and to make it feel special, and to capture 20 years into about 2 hours. And so we decided we were going to try and get a fire department so we could have a cannon here, but that didn't work out. But we did have some dignitaries, and we did have a limo, and I did have one of my canines with me, Zeus, who happened to be 140-pound German Shepherd, and he could just look at you and you'd run the other way. So anyway, I'd taken Zeus, and he sat in the front seat with me like he's done several times before, and picked up Dave and Dominguez, and I don't know who else. And then we went to Bill's house and picked to pick Bill up. And of course, Bill wasn't ready yet. And stupid me, I should have known. But I went, and Bill invited me inside the house. Come inside the house and wait for a couple of minutes. That was the wrong thing to do, because my dog couldn't see me. And then he heard Bill's dog bark, and that was it. And that dog just punched out that damn driver's side window on that limo. Oh yeah, because he was coming to get me. So then at the end of the meeting, everybody got back in the car. And we're dropping everybody off. We just have Bill and April left. And so I asked Bill if he wanted some protection. And he kind of looked at me and he goes, "Protection?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, I guess. So I went in the front and I got Zeus, and I put Zeus in the back with him and his wife. And that dog greeted them. He jumped back on the seat so he could look out the window, and he watched them and watched everybody all the way to Bill and April's house. Didn't bother him, nothing. Bill I think touched him, gave him a couple of treats, but it was like a regular normal dog.
Was it bleeding the paws?
No, That dog was tough. I seen that dog go over a 12-foot fence one time for me. That dog, that dog would take a bullet. I could tell you some things about Obama if we get into that with the dog finding a gun and explosives. Let's see what else. Probably, one of my favorite stories that I like to tell is that when I first started on Obama detail is you don't tell anybody anything about anything, and you go along with your day and your routine. I mean, you don't tell your mother, you don't tell anybody what you're doing. It's a normal routine. I don't even tell BNI that I'm not even going to be at BNI. Obama's been here 8 times in his 8 years of office. 7 of those have been on a Tuesday. I don't know what the hell he has against me and BNI, but it's been on a Tuesday. All right? So detail starts Monday. Probably around noon, somewhere between noon and 2 o'clock, detail starts. And you go with the Secret Service and you go and map out where you're going to be and what you're going to do and how it's going to go down. And then you have some exercises on what's going to take place. So you're prepared for the next day. So there's no surprises. Plus you have the dogs, and those dogs are with you, in training. Now those dogs, my 2 dogs, better than me. Those dogs get a bulletproof vest. They get a tracker put on them so they can find those dogs wherever they're at. Somebody, shoots them or gets lost or something. Those dogs have a radio on them, and they got a badge. Each dog. I get a couple of different types of guns. I get a radio. I get a separate cell phone. I get a bulletproof vest. I get a badge. I got government ID. I have all this stuff that they give me. Of course, you have to return it at the end of the detail. But one time, it was on a Monday. I just got done with training. I was at a Fry's, not too far from where I live, But what happened? Bill calls me on a Monday when I'm on detail, and I'm thinking, Bill never hardly calls me, particularly on a Monday. What the hell's he calling me? I can't call him back. I go to Fry's. I'm shopping. Guess who's in the store? Ken Sandhouse. I got to run into Ken Sandhouse. And he says, hey, he goes, how you doing? We're talking, and then he goes, I still want to see your dog sometime. And I said, you do? He goes, yeah. I said, oh, great, let's go. And I caught myself. He can't go out and see those dogs. They got their badges, they got their bulletproof vests on, they got their radios. I got all these guns and everything. I go, he ain't gonna understand that. The next day, Andrea might have texted me or something that Monday night. And then on Tuesday, she texted me again, and I don't say a damn thing. Then she texts me again, and I tell her Colvert. That's it, because I'm getting Secret Service asking me about who Andrea Smith is. Okay, they're already on it, and
You knew everything about me, I'm sure, by the second text, right?
and so everything was quiet for about an hour. Then Andrea sees some Secret Service guy with a folder, vanilla folder or something that says Colvert
We were at the Obama speech.
on it. And she texts me, I know where you're at. That was not the right thing to do. So that's kind of like, my favorite story with most of the.
We needed a driver. We knew we were going to be drinking on Saturday.
So are we out of time or questions or anything, or we're done everything?
Yeah, maybe during our testimony.